IIRWI is in the beautiful Guildhall building with the one and only Johnny Nelson.
How you doing? What an amazing building. What a way to make the most of London. Riyadh Seasons bought London, and what a way to lift the profile of Riyadh Season, the best of British, how this could grow massively. You've got to give maximum props, because remember, when this first all sorted out, the amount of criticism that was out there was ridiculous. Now you see the story, the dream unfolding.
Yeah.
And who benefits? The fighters benefit,
Fans.
the fans benefit, and that's what it's all about. Unfortunately, in boxing, we were getting to a stage where we were shooting ourselves in the foot, and the only people we were damaging was ourselves.
Yeah.
But now they've got these promoters to work together, TV companies to work together, conk their heads together and say, come on, get a job done, and the job's getting done.
Yeah, and like you've just said there, Johnny, he's changing it up for the boxers and the fans. But this week, for me personally, I've been to a few of the Riyadhs over in Saudi. This week, wow,
Yeah.
he has pushed the boat out.
Exactly. You thought this was always going to happen in Saudi, then they took it to America, they brought it to the UK. I'm quite sure they're going to take it worldwide, and you're getting fights that you want.
Well, we've waited years for the 50-50s. We've waited years for the promoters to work together. But the genuine 50-50s, it seems like they're all arriving all at once now.
Yeah, but it's only this setup that could get the promoters to work together.
Yeah.
It's only this setup that could get the 50-50s to work together. So it's someone that loves our sport and then wants the best out of our sport that could have done this. That's willing to put his money where his mouth is for our sport. So you know what? It's just a great thing, great situation.
Saturday, what a show.
It's going to be a really good show. I think the undercards are a great undercard. I think the top of the bill, 96,000 people at our National Stadium. Wembley Way will change in literally minutes.
Do you think it'll piss Carl Frock off?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Well, you're just taking his line away. You're taking his line away. So it makes me laugh. But you know what? I just think, again, I'm so proud to be an ex-fighter, to be part of it. So again, it's just a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. But let's have a little walk down the undercard. Hutchinson Buatsi.
Great fight. You sleep on Hutchinson, he'll win. Hutchinson's a really, really good fighter. Buatsi's an outstanding fighter. I think he's boxed well within himself, as far as a professional, and he's just done enough to always win, or he's not turning it on when you think this guy looks so good. Willie Hutchinson will bring that out in him, because Willie Hutchinson has evoked an anger, a dislike, a distaste.
There is genuine.
Buatsi. You've never seen Buatsi like that with any fight.
Never.
So he's pressed a button that needed pressing, but Willie Hutchinson, that's what he does. He used to try in our gym. That's what he was like. He could cause trouble in an empty room. That's the kind of kid he is. And that's when he sees that, you see a wry smile come on his face and his eyes lighting a bit and saying, it's called boxing foreplay.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury was brilliant at it. Muhammad Ali was great at it. Mike Tyson was brilliant at it.
Yeah.
Jack Johnson was outstanding at it.
Yeah.
There's not many fighters understand. The fight doesn't start the second the bell goes. It starts the second the fight's been made.
Yeah, and sometimes long before that.
Long before that, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler. Sugar Ray Leonard was setting up for day one.
8 years.
Sugar Ray Leonard and his wife were out with Marvin Hagler and his wife the night before they announced the fight of their fight against each other. Marvin Hagler had no idea until he woke up and saw it in the paper next day. Foreplay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that very well. What a fight that was. Let's have a little talk about Josh Padley. I think Padley Chamberlain is one of the best fights on that undercard.
It is, and that's slipping under the radar.
Yeah, massively, Johnny, for me.
I think the bill starts at 4 o'clock, and people need to understand, switch on early, because every fight, he said he's got jeopardy in it. Every fight, I think I rate Padley.
I do.
I rate Padley. I'm thinking, don't sleep on this boy. He knows what he's doing, and he's just got to see. It's a chance for him to introduce himself on a big stage.
And it's the first time he's had a clean camp without having to go to work every day.
Yeah, exactly. And that's that. If you want the best out of a fighter, put him in a situation when all he can do is train, eat, and sleep.
Yep. Good fighter.
That's it. Good fighter.
Right, what else have we got? We've got Willie Joshua. Josh Kelly.
Josh Kelly, really good fight, I think. It's might against Ismail Davis. I think do not disrespect Ismail Davis. You saw him up there. He reminded Josh Kelly, saying, me and you are at the same level. You think you're a level above me. Let me remind you why we're at the same level. The only difference between you and I is you've had the exposure I haven't.
Yeah.
Josh Kelly's like, obviously, something thought, oh, hold on a minute. Because Davis is coming as last-minute opponent. And any fighter that goes in to fight somebody, if you're aimed to fight somebody, then your opponent pulls out, you think, oh, man, no matter who they put in to replace him, you're deflated. That's why this is a dangerous fight. I'm not saying that the level of point is dangerous because Josh Kelly's had to up himself. He's down and up himself because he was training for somebody else. He's obsessed about somebody else. And Davis is preparing for a fight that should have been happening next week. Be careful, watch that fight. Josh Kelly's an outstanding fighter. I think he's a really good fighter.
I thought Josh went a bit pale up there, Johnny.
I think reality kicked him.
Yeah.
I thought, shit, maybe I've probably not given him the respect I should have given him. And, give me time to get used to this boy. Now he's in a fight.
Yeah. One of the fight what I've saved till last. Not to. This is the pre-last. Kakashi Warrington has tickled me for weeks now, Johnny. Is Josh finished?
Josh Warrington, let me just remind you, Josh Warrington, a former two-time world champion.
Featherweight.
He has the talent, he has the skill. He stepped up now, he stepped up in weight. He has the talent, he has the skill. Please don't be silly and think, like he's gone.
No.
He's not the fighter he was, but the fighter he is, he's a bastard. Yeah. And he can fight, and he loves to fight, loves to train. He's still got a lot to give. So if you write him off and think, nah, he's
At
done.
Your peril.
Worst thing you could do. Because he's amazingly strong. You look at the wins, look at the career he had, look at the scouts he had in his career when he was young and fresh.
Phenomenal.
And Carl Frampton said, I've never been hit harder by anybody, ever.
Yeah, and I remember calling that fight, and everyone thought I was mad. I said, listen, Warrington's engine's different.
Well, look what he did to Kid Galahad. And Kid Galahad's a good fighter. Kid Galahad, he's a good fighter, but unfortunately, Warrington was relentless.
Yeah.
And that's who he is. He's a relentless kind of fighter.
Let's hit the main event.
Main event, Anthony Joshua against Daniel Dubois. That is such a fight. I think Daniel Dubois is where Anthony Joshua was. He's having to go through experiences as a fighter coming through. He's young at 27 years old. Anthony Joshua is 34 years old. He's a mature heavyweight. There's no questions to be asked of Anthony Joshua because he's proved it, answered them. Being down, being up, he's had to do what he's had to do. So now the questions are there for Daniel Dubois. Has he got what it takes to get in there with a fighter that believes in himself? I think finally in Anthony Joshua you see a fighter that's at peace with himself. He's spiteful because he's pissed off at people like you and I for having an opinion and telling him how good or bad he is. He's resentful because he was a hero, then called a zero because he was up there and everybody wants to be his boss, telling you should have done this, you should have done that. So now he's rounded. He's done it all. He's been there. He's done it. So he's in the right position.
After the Hrgovic fight with Daniel, if you were in his camp, what would you work on after that fight for Joshua?
Head movement. I think he can't afford to be getting hit so often, so easily by Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua will not knock you down. He'll knock you off your feet.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois are the biggest hitting heavyweights out there at the moment. Daniel Dubois has actually got the best knockout record of all of them.
Yeah.
All of them out there at the moment.
Yeah.
They are big, the biggest hitting heavyweights. Remember when Anthony Joshua boxed Francis Ngannou? He knocked the man off his feet, and Ngannou's he's no feather.
Oh no.
So what I'm saying to you is you've got two big punches there that you've got to keep an eye on.
Really looking forward to this, Johnny.
I am. I think Saturday night, Wembley Stadium, 96,000 people. It's going to be a wild night.
A little bit noisy, I think, wouldn't it?
A little bit noisy, but I think we can handle it.
We'll handle that. Thanks for talking to us, Johnny.
Yeah, man. Nice one.
We'll have a little sing-song and all.
Thank you. See you later.
God bless, Johnny.